We are here in crime-ridden Eastridge in Mitchell's Plain. We came to meet mother Salama and son Michaels. 3 over 4 children are addicted to drugs. Let's meet them and listen to their story.
I'm a single mom. I've got 4 sons of the age of 37, 31, 28 and 25. I've discovered because that my sons is on substance abuse, because their mood swings and all of that, and they're very aggressive, and if you talk to them very nicely, it's like almost they want to attack you. My eldest was starting at the age of 18. I can't remember, Fakhri, at what time, what date did you start at the high school, or was it in...
I was also in high school.
Fakhri, tell us your story.
Oh, well, me, I had a upbringing like most of the people in Mitchell's Plain, grew up without a daddy and so forth. But that didn't affect my school, my academic side, because I knew I had to excel academically to become something or get out of Mitchell's Plain, because what I see here is, I just see this as a hole, and being trapped in a hole, because everybody, if you don't become someone or become something, you're gonna get trapped into gangsterism or drugs. And well, I fell into that trap of drugs, because for me back then it was being with the cool crowd and that. You see, all of the friends I hanged out with was academically, they were stable and everything. They had what I did not have, material wise. They had daddies and mommies that would give them things they could just ask, and then they could get. I didn't have that, and I longed for that, and that's how I became friends with them. But in the meantime, what they were busy with in their own time was doing drugs, and that's how I fell into that also.
What drugs are you on?
Oh, me, heroin and mandrakes.
And how often do you have to get a fix?
Heroin, it's become a routine now, because that's what happens if you use heroin, and it becomes a necessity, it becomes part of you, it becomes like a medication that you have to take. You start your day, you have to start your day with, you see, it's not long before what we call the cold turkey starts kicking in. Now, in order for you not to feel that symptoms and that, you have to now have a fix.
So where do you get your daily fix from?
Town centre here, by us, that's what I provide myself with. I go to jobs, go do odd jobs in that, because I have a knowledge of fruit and veg and that kind of stuff. Then I get paid for that, and with that I get my fix.
How easy or how difficult is it to buy the fix?
These days it's very easy. Back then it was a bit difficult, because it wasn't so much as it is now. Now it's like everywhere. It's easy accessible, and that's a bit dangerous, because with that comes a lot of addicts also, and a lot of, like the town centre, it used to be a place where everyone can just come and shopping, do whatever they want. People, the way I see it now, people don't even feel safe anymore.
Where do you buy mandrakes from?
Mandrakes I buy here in the area that I live. Yeah.
For how much?
It's $15 for half a mandrake. That's what I usually...
And how often do you take mandrakes?
I only use it at night.
To sleep?
Yeah, that helps me in terms of... Then I don't use so much heroin. You see, because the way I used to smoke at first, here's my mommy, you can ask my mommy also. At first I was way out there, and I always used to... I always used to look for a way just to smoke, and everything on my mind was just about smoking.
What does it do to you? What happens if you take heroin or mandrakes? What does it do to you?
Heroin is it's a downer. It's a drug that suppresses, and that's what basically it just suppresses. If it numbs you, if you don't feel like dealing with certain stuff, you smoke just to numb, and that takes away the pain, the whole problem. But for that time, but if you come back to reality, and it's back to the same old thing.
Why don't you get help? Have you ever asked for help?
I've attempted help a couple of times, and I failed a couple of times, mostly because the expectations is too high, and there's no support system, support structure. Because it's no use going to a place, then you come from a place, but there's no like aftercare, but that's the main thing that's needed, the aftercare. When you come from a place, because then you have to have programs in place to keep you busy, so you don't get sidetracked again. Because that's what happens to most addicts if they come clean on the recovery and there's no things, how can I say, programs to keep them active, occupied and so, then they get sidetracked.
Addicts very often steal from their parents' home. How many times have you sold the stuff, and what stuff, and just to buy drugs?
Yeah, I've stole, yeah. Here's my mother, on my way, she can testify herself. I stole, I made my mother, I broke my mother's heart, I really broke my mother's heart. I was at rock bottom, and if I look back at it now, I see it as I was so cruel now. Just because I was there, I thought everyone that's around me has to also be there in terms to feel, to see what I'm going through, and that's what I did. I just came in and I took whatever I could take and then just go. There was just times when my brothers used to play their games, their PlayStation games, and they'll just come in, I take a game and I go out. I go sell it, I'll take it in front of him, they can see it, and they ask me what am I doing, and tell him I'm taking this thing, I'm gonna go sell it. That's how I've become so that they couldn't even stop me anymore.
Your son says he's broken your heart a number of times. As a mother, sitting here and listening to his story, what's going through your mind?
At the end of the day, once you're a parent, especially a mother, you've got that unconditional love for your kids. And sometimes you must be cruel to be kind also. Yes, they've done a lot of stuff. I was rock bottom. I was down and out. I wanted to take my own life. And it was like God is telling me, no, you don't do that, man. Don't run away from it. You need to face that. I'm here. And at that moment, I said to myself, Yalla, help me. I want to be helped. Even if it goes haywire, let me don't give up. Because there's other mothers that can't handle situations. Then they throw their kids away. I want you to help me so that I can help my kids. I know it wasn't easy. Most of the people never saw my tears because especially in our society, it's like, now it's your problem, so why must we worry about you? And you just want to complain, moan and groan. So my philosophy was this. I will always go to my room. I will always speak to Allah and my Muslim. And I cry before him. And after 10, 15 minutes, then I feel much better. You know, that anger, it's gone because I plead for him just to remove that anger. But as I'm saying, it's not easy. Yeah, I've been through a lot. But it never occurred to me one day to say that I'm going to give my children away.
3 of your 4 children are on drugs. It must be hell for you.
It is. Yeah, the one smashed my windows. For more than 70 times. He's in jail. I've got an interdict against him. I've got an interdict against my youngest son. But if I go to work, sometimes he throw me with stones. But he never, hurt me with the stones, but at the end of the day, he thought that I'm going to be afraid of him. But they're very aggressive. Yeah, they do so. And the youngest stabbed him because of being rude with me. And now the youngest is trying the same that he did, and all of that. But be it as it may, I'm sitting, alhamdulillah. I can only praise and thanks Allah.
What advice can you give a father and mother going through what you've been going through?
You see, it's not an easy road. Seriously. For me, it is that you need to be outspoken, first and foremost. You need to be open and transparent. Once you've seen your children's behavior, eating patterns and all of that, you need to speak out about it. You can't hide it. Secondly, you need to go to help for help for yourself, to empower yourself, so that you know how to deal with situations like that.
You can't be in denial.
You can't be in denial, because at the end of the day, it's going to be worse. So for me, it is, I've went for all that. I've known the different symptoms of the different drugs that are on the market. So for me, it is speak up, and you need also to go to support groups to support yourself, so that you know, coming back to your house, now you get your younger son, he's got a different behavior. So you know how to deal with him.
What message do you have for the drug merchants?
Seriously, the drug merchants, they are the killers in society. I'm sorry to say it, because our children is dying, and they know that is our future leaders of tomorrow. So they there cashing up their money, sending their children to private schools, and here our children is crippling us. So for me, I will advise my president to give them the death penalty. Serious.
What are you going to tell your son?
For me, it's about time that he needs to get his act together. Either, I won't say my way, either his way or the highway. Because that is what I told him, and that was Tuesday past. Now Tuesday past. I told him, either you need to go seek for help, because I've been there for 5 times for him. I've sent him to 5 different rehabs, and after he relapsed, run away from the rehab, comes home with the clothing, all the things that I bought, then he sells it again for drugs. So nobody helps you if you don't want to help yourself. God say, if you get 1 step, I'll give you 99 steps with that. So if you don't want to be helped, there's my door. Simple as that.
What do you say to mom?
Okay, on that, it's just said, those times it was difficult, man, because that was the times when she wanted me to stop, when I didn't actually want her to stop. That was the times when, when everyone pressures you to go into something, but your heart isn't really there to want to do it. It's the times that it's been like that for me.
The rehab centers, the health centers, are they helpful?
You see, the rehab centers, especially when it comes to cocaine, that's the heroin. You can't have outpatients. You need to have in-house patients. Why I'm saying that, it's a health hazard, and at the end of the day, they need to be built up spiritually. Their bodies need to be built up physically. They also need to go for help for themselves. And going to a rehab, to an outpatient, they get 1 Suboxone underneath their tongue. Coming out, they meet different characters along the way. And there it goes easily to relapse. So for me, if national government are going to help us, we will really prefer in-house. That is going to be the best policy. I will even avail myself to help children that's on drugs. I will avail myself seriously.
Hundreds of people go missing every month. Can you assist to locate any of these missing individuals? Take a look at the most wanted criminals. Can you help find them? You can remain anonymous when making a tip-off. Thank you for joining us on Crime Watch. I'm Yusuf Abramjee. It's a war, and we are going to win it.